Happy Saturday, everybody. And it's finally starting to be nice outside. However, I promised everyone that I would do more videos, and that's what I aim to do. So today I am in the big room in the basement doing some resin, and I promised some people that I would show you how I do some resin. So that's what I'm going to do today on video for you. Let's start with what you need in order to do that. So you can go to the store, and I had recommended Envirotex Light for resin. I use EX74 in the gallon size because I do a lot of resin work, as you all know. But it's made by Envirotex Light. Envirotex Light you can get at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I don't know if I'm supposed to be plugging those places or anything, but anyway, yep. So you start out with your resin. I like to buy these little soft plastic containers at Home Depot, another plug, because they have the little measure points on the sides of the containers, and I actually use those. I mean, they're probably not real accurate, so if you're going to do a small amount of resin, I would buy something else to measure your stuff in, because when you do these epoxy mixes, it's supposed to be 50-50, and when I do resin on my coasters, I do a lot at once, so it doesn't have to be too exact. So these work out just well for me, and the reason I like to do them with these bendy plastic containers is because when it's finished, when the resin dries, it just pulls right out. So when I bend it like this, I can pull out in one big chunk the inside, and then I can easily reuse them over and over and over again multiple times. I just happen to have a couple of new ones that I'm going to start with today. So you need your resin, 2 containers, because what you're going to do is you're going to put it in one, you're going to pour it into another one. Plastic gloves, sloppy icky clothes, a stir stick. I use these nice little wooden like tongue depressor sticks, and a straw or a torch, propane handheld torch, because that's going to get your bubbles out. Okay, and then I will walk you through the process of mixing it. Oh, and a timer, a minute timer. It gets really messy, so don't pick out a very expensive one, just something really cheap. And I will walk you through how I mix it and then how I apply it, okay? Do that next. Okay, so you've got the actual, I don't know what it's called, the resin and the hardener. You want to mix 50-50, equal parts. Make sure you got your gloves on. Protect any surface that you need protected. I usually go for 8 ounce to 16 ounce for the amount of coasters I'm doing, and I think I've got about 20 of them laid out, maybe more. We'll count them in a little bit. So I got 8 ounces there. Looks good. And 8 ounces of my hardener. Bring it up to 16 ounces. Okay. So I mixed the 8 ounce and the 8 ounce in here. What you do is you mix this together for 2 minutes. Okay, you continue to stir and stir and stir for 2 minutes. I'd sing for you, but I'm not a very good singer. So let's see, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I got 19 coasters out. So I've got 16 ounces here. It's probably more than I need for 19 coasters, but I've got more over there that I could pour on top of if I needed to. But it's close. I could have put 20 out, 23 maybe. We'll see how it goes. I have so much of this stuff. So mix and mix for 2 minutes. So we got 1 part resin, 1 part hardener, equal parts. Keep continuing to mix, scraping down your sides and your bottom in your container. Oh, and I have my hair up. You're going to want to have your hair up because I get my hair in it. If you have long hair, you're going to want to put it up. I get it in the coasters quite often. Two minutes seems like forever when you're doing this. Find muscles in your forearm that you didn't know you had before. Okay, 2 minutes is up. After 2 minutes, then you take your second container. Don't spill it. Pour it into that one. All of it. Scraping down your sides. Get it all in there. Scrape down the bottom. Okay. And then you're going to set your timer for 1 minute. You're going to mix it for 1 more minute. Scrape down your sides and your bottom. Make sure it's mixed real well. Okay, that's 1 more minute. That should be enough. I just kind of give it an extra little swipe around the edges. Make sure I did good. I stick this stick back into the original cup because that kind of helps lift out that extra when I clean it. Then we pour on the resin on straight on the coasters. Just put puddles of it on. I just do a few at a time. Set it down, and then we bring it to the edges with your gloves on. Make sure it's covered all the way. Okay. That. Set it back down. You set it on cups or whatever, some surface that lifts it up but is inside of the edges so that it doesn't get stuck to the bottom, because this has to drip off the edges. It's leveling out is what it's doing while you're having it set up on top here. This is self-leveling. but you're spreading it out to make sure that it's going to do that nicely. Okay, there's 3. I'm on there. I think with the camera in a very good spot. And when I wipe some of these off, I'll do it on top of one that's still waiting to get resin spread out, so that I can drip some excess on top of another one. It's just a benefit, right? Don't waste it. We have about, I think they said you have about 25 working minutes with this. And you still need to get bubbles out, so you want to apply this rather quickly. going to have some extra, so I'm going to pull a couple of those over there to this side, because I have some finished over there that were freshly painted. I don't have a cup. There's one here. Okay, this is the last one. Yep, looks like it might be the last one. And I kind of watch them because they will pull away on the edges, and then I can pour some extra just along some of the edges, and they'll even out. But yeah, like this one, I can see there's a blank spot. You'll definitely need another coat, but this is going to help. And this one's got a blank spot. It's going to definitely need more. This one's got some. So some of these have some edges that didn't take some of the resin still, so I pull some around to the edge a little bit more as it's starting to dry. Okay. This one too. A little bit more as it's drying. Just pull it over. Just a little bit more. Any left? I don't think so. One more. Okay. So when you get this far, carefully remove the gloves. Then, here comes the stupid part. Take the straw, and you're going to blow on these to get the bubbles out. Pay special attention to the dark colors because the bubbles show up in the darks quite a bit. This is where I could use a propane torch. I could pass out here.